MX24 at 4, as you saw there. And I just want to say, start off today's show by saying thank you to everyone who's been rocking with us. We appreciate you so much. And no pun intended, because I used rocking, and you're going to understand why, I did that. But very happy you guys have stuck with us throughout the years, and we're promising you nothing but the best moving forward when it comes to the content, when it comes to the conversations, when it comes to giving it to you. I always say the best way possible. But please send us messages, be a part of the conversations. MX24GH, every single platform from X to Instagram, to Facebook, TikTok. Yeah, we're on TikTok, even on Snapchat. Please be a part of these conversations, because nothing we do here can be done the way we want to do it without you. So I just want to say we appreciate you so, so much. Now, we're going to go for a quick commercial break, because I'm very happy with the conversation I'm about to have today. It's going to be very in-depth. I myself, I'm sure I'm going to be learning a lot, because when I spoke to my big brother who's here in the studio a couple of months ago, had very, very interesting conversations, and today is going to be no exception. So sit back, relax, enjoy. We'll be right back. Oh man, today I am rocking with the best, literally and figuratively. Mr. Rocky Dawuni.
Yes, man.
How you doing?
Actually, I'm cool, Papa.
You're looking good.
Well, hey, you be Ghana man where they look good, then that be a problem,
I mean, I just want to start off the conversation by thanking you for making time, because I know you're very busy. I know how much these conversations mean to you, because they're another way for you to connect with your audience and with your crowd. And with positivity, that's how you came in. And every single time I meet you, whether on TV or off air, there's so much positive energy.
Thank you.
In a crazy hustle and bustle kind of world, where everything is moving so fast, where there's so much as there is positive energy, it seems like there's negative energy.
Yeah.
How does Rocky stay positive, sane, grounded,
I think that, it's all a matter of a balance, a balance between mind, body, and spirit. So, you have to make sure that you as a person, you become the solid center when it comes to your mindset. Through your mindset, you have to think positively, focus on your goals. And if you have that type of every day, that's kind of your affirmation. You also work on you have to exercise. You wake up, you do exercise.
So you do all these things?
Oh, yes. And then you have to spend time in nature.
Okay.
Nature, because nature is the grounding force. So you have to make sure that the city is great, but you take time to go into waterfalls, and there's so many amazing places. Go and spend some time with yourself. And I think that when you do that, then you are able to kind of create a certain grounding and then that ground becomes transcendent. I believe that.
Are you worried? Because again, you speak for the people, right? And with your new song Rise, we're going to get to that. How you're speaking about freedom, uplifting, connecting. Are you worried to whatever extent the fact that the youth or this generation, per what we see on social media, have become quite heavily superficial, quite heavily materialistic?
I will say that we are dealing with an unprecedented crossroad of situations in this age. First of all, this is the first age that has technology that is coming from different parts of the world. We are not the curators of, when you take your phone and you look at it, everything you see there is not curated or organized by like-minded by Africans. So you have Africa with the highest youth population who have the ability to lead the world. But the framing of the mindset of the youth right now is not from our culture solely. You have other people too who are, so let's say you are watching your screen and all that is serving you. It's, people fooling around. Nothing to really push
and
your mindset.
And it's not even like it's once in a while, it's like constant.
It's constant. So other actors who at first did not have access to us unless they travel here now have access to us. So their intention for a continent that is blessed with natural resources a continent that has been enslaved, colonized, done everything, but still has come out the most resilient. A continent that, you know, many things have been tried on us, but we're still producing, we're still making babies and thriving like everybody. You're going to be a target.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to be a target. So we have to understand that there's a type of warfare in terms of the mindset of the African.
I think that's the most dangerous. You
The most dangerous. But the warfare is that you are playing a playing field that you don't control.
Yeah.
So that means that you have to be able to inoculate yourself to know that whatever you are watching on your screen might not be good for you if you are addicted to it. So it creates a certain type of addiction, but the content that it's not a content that will teach you to grow your mind, teach you skills, make you better, make you connect with your other friends. It's content that will make you probably appeal to probably your lowest self, which is everything is carnal, everything is, whether it's porn, whether it's all of these things that are whether it's like the gambling mindset, whether it's mindset of just wasting time on videos that are just stupidity. You know, wasting and investing time while those time can be used to read your books, increase your mind, and also watch content that. So we need to know that in this time and age, we have to be able to find the ability for our technological curators to seize that spot in terms of the content that our youth are fed with. This is what is going to happen if we are not the ones that curate the identity of our youth. In a few years' time, we're going to have African youth, the most populous in the world, but their mindset will not be African.
Yeah.
Their mindset will be something that has been orchestrated and organized and implemented by outside elements. This is the type of world that we're living in right now. So we have to be very careful. That's why sometimes when you watch leadership putting their priorities outside of the youth, instead of investing our time, education, equipping young people with the skill set, making sure that young people are exposed, you know, everything that we feel is a bad influence from outside, we do the due diligence and totally expunge it from our society and guide our youth to get deeper into who we are, to believe deeper in our identity, that we are a people of a proud people. And we are a people who can do it. And we are a people who need to break that chain of dependency, which I feel that both colonial, post-colonial, and currently is being amplified as our nature, because everything you always think somebody else will come outside and come and change your situation. But we need to raise a youth population
and
that
it seems like
themselves.
we're very heavily distracted, right? Because somebody listening to this might say, that sounds boring. You know, I should read a book. You know, I could probably, you know, drop a couple of dance videos. And again, there's nothing wrong, you know, with having fun, being positive. It's giving some people an opportunity. But it seems like it's taken over so heavily. And what I want to ask you is, being disciplined sounds boring.
Yes.
Motivation to go to the gym sounds boring.
Exactly.
Right? But we see the results.
Yes.
Is that how you look at putting your message out there? Right now I might be like, okay, Rocky's not going to be doing the funnest thing. But are you looking into the future?
Oh, I do fun. No, fun is not bad. I'm not talking of like fun. You know, I'm talking of a programmable mental state.
Okay.
Programmable mental state, well, the algorithms that are increasingly influencing who we are. The music that we are listening, when you listen on the everywhere you go, the music is not our curated music of high life of what we are. We are listening to playlists from somewhere else. Somebody is playlisting, and all of a sudden you go to the bars, you go to the, that's what is being played. So, and when you even watch the news, that's why I say when you watch the news, when you watch even the major news and that kind of stuff, that's not who we are. We are just only consuming what is being piped to us. So I'm saying that we have to understand where we are, because if you don't understand where we are, we won't know where you should go.
Yes, definitely.
So if we are going to be that continent that has the highest youth population, that is endowed with riches, that has the promise to lead the world, then we have to step in and implement what will equip our youth with that to build the capacity to manifest that vision. But if we renege on it and we think that we'll just sit around and nobody pays attention, and everything we don't plan, everything we don't organize, and then it will just fall into place just because. It won't happen that. So that's why I'm saying that I have fun. I love to go. I go to clubs. I go and listen to music. I dance with my friends and all of that. But at the same time, too, I know that you have to have, there's a season for everything. A season to have fun. A season to also know what is required of you. A season where you implement what is required of you. And a season where you stand up, too, for who you are. Because if we don't stand for anything, if we are a generation or a population that is out there being, anybody can pipe anything into us, in the long run, we'll have a country that is unified by borders, but not mindset. And we'll be more divided than ever.
Wow, that's deep. Yes. Do you think your colleagues, again, from a holistic point of view, looking outside in, are doing enough, to make sure these conversations are brought up or are spoken on enough? Talking about, again, I'm going back to let's read. Let's work out. And as much as we're having fun,
let's learn farming, gardening.
Are your colleagues speaking on this enough?
Well, I can't speak for my colleagues. That's the thing. I can't speak.
But you see enough.
I wouldn't say I see enough or I don't see enough, because sometimes in a matter of paying attention, other people might have done stuff that might have escaped. Because what I do is that I focus on what I'm doing. I am focused on what I can do and the demands of my path than watching what others are doing or others are not doing. And I hope that in doing so too, you become a conduit for inspiration for others too to see, because the thing is that you can't force other people to have a certain opinion. Just because I have this opinion does not mean that I am imposing it on others. I just gonna tell you how I see the light, and I'm gonna point you to that light, and it's up to you to also see the light within yourself and align your light with what I'm seeing. So that's the only thing. It's like showing the way. It's up to others to walk the way. But all I'm saying is that we are a people of promise. We are a chosen people. But when you are chosen, as they say, many are called, few are chosen. Being chosen is being called. But if you are going to be really chosen, then you must choose yourself to be worthy of that call. That's true. So we have to, the current African youth need to know that the solution to the future is not going to be only through, let's say, vote. You exercise your democratic, responsibilities, but it's up to you understanding your potential, up to you knowing that areas like agriculture, areas like creativity, filmmaking, fashion, areas that will employ your own ability to learn. You need to learn, find the knowledge, and work so that you contribute to your nation building, not ask for what your nation can do for you. Because if you're not ready to contribute, whatever is done for you will be in vain. But if you're ready to contribute and then it's done for you, then there's harmony of intentions. And when you have harmony of intentions, then you become unstoppable.
That's true.
And that's what I feel that the youth of Africa needs to rise right now. The youth of Africa needs to know that you can't, just because somebody comes and speak a lot, somebody comes and stand on a podium and promise you and wears different colors and say, give me your power and I will take that power and give you back your power. That is ridiculous. Politics and democracy is supposed to create the enabling environment for you to thrive. But if every day we encourage our leaders to go and even get more loans from outside so that we can chop them right now and everybody feels okay, and then we are left with that burden whilst and then mortgaging and leveraging resources that we're supposed to use to define our future, then in the long run we'll be like every loser around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
true.
go.
It's like we're going in circles.
We're going in circles.
Yeah.
So my thing is that I am not indicting anybody or saying this
Okay.
is right or wrong. I'm saying that this is where we are. This is our capacity. This is the possibility that is embedded within us. So who are we waiting for?
Yeah.
The person we are waiting for is us.
It's us, right?
You know,
We're
so
here.
let's go.
Yeah.
You know, let's go. Let's do it. Let's, you know, we just need leadership to provide training. They should provide training. People should equip themselves right now, even online. If you want to learn anything and you are serious, you can go, you can utilize the same internet that is being used to change your mindset. You can be proactive and go there and find the knowledge and learn anything that you want to do. You can spend the time and equip yourself with that knowledge.
Is it because you think our leaders are just focused on the wrong things? Because they'll tell you, we're doing these,
I don't talk for our leaders.
Okay.
So our leaders talk for themselves.
Okay.
You know, what I'm talking about the people.
Oh.
I'm talking about what is, it's leadership is service to the people.
Yes.
Regardless of whether a leader sees it or not. If there's a mandate entrusted in you, it doesn't entrust in you because you are somebody special, but it's entrusted in you because the collective see a vision that you can be
so that's
able
why
to
they
be
gave
the
you that
conduit
power. Yes.
of the
Yes.
manifestation.
Yes.
So it's a sacred obligation.
Okay.
So when you are given that sacred obligation, it cannot be taken for granted.
Yes.
You know, you have to also live for the mandate that you're being given. And that's what we need to demand of our leaders.
So it comes back to the people.
It comes back to the people.
Yeah,
If you don't ask what you want, then you'll be led anywhere. You know, so right now, you know, there's so many things that you turn the pages, you see. Everybody's upset about Galamsey. Everybody's upset about everybody's upset about the state of the economy. Everybody's upset about certain things. But in the long run, it was going to take all of us working together to solve that issue. Because the solution to Ghana is forging a stronger union, a stronger national union. That will be our solution. But we can't have democracy becomes a thing whereby you win, your others no be part of it. Then half of the country is ruling, while the half is being subjugated. And then the half waits till they win, and then they pay back the other half for denying them the opportunity to also thrive, and they also only focus themselves. Then you are walking, you're taking steps, but your front steps are actually leading
like
you
walking
backwards.
on a treadmill. Like
But your steps are leading you backwards.
that's like way back.
Exactly.
Rocky, if somebody watching this says, I want Rocky to be our leader, have you ever thought about that?
About what?
You being a leader? I mean, you already are, right? Through the music, you know, and the way you speak for the people. Why people want you in positions of power?
The thing is that when you make your decision to go and look for power, you know, then you are driven by a certain egotistic sense of seeking power for what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you are called, if people decide to invest a certain trust in you and you feel that you are ready and equipped with that, that's a different thing. But to go and then be seeking it for the sake of what? Because whatever I can be able to say and contribute, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, you are.
You know, so you don't need some other level of another thing to be able to do what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the thing is that I stand here not as a politician. I talk here not as a politician.
Yes.
I talk here as a Ghanaian, a citizen of
First.
Ghana.
Yeah.
That's why my intentions are with what is good for we, the people. My allegiance is to the betterment of our people. Throughout my career, what I've done, I mean, you can see from my songs from in Ghana, from even to the Grammys, all of these things I do, and I use that to honor Ghanaian music and also Ghanaian creatives, the opportunity to also see where we can go, that there's no stopping block. But the thing is that you have to constantly do it, demonstrate it for people to see that it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't, you know, I'm not, you know, sitting here talking about trying to get into some
office
for me to be able to say and articulate what I want to say. I can, and every citizen of Ghana has, through our constitution, has that same power to articulate how they feel about our nation. And if we don't talk about it, then how do we work together? How do we make this manifest? How does a promised people not understand their promise? That is where we need to do. That's where right now in this country we need to find. The youth has to understand that the mandate lies on them. But if every day we feel like economic development can only come from betting, or something like that, we can't create a country when...
So that's something you're obviously, you don't side with.
Not that I don't side with. I just think that...
To be dependent on that.
To be dependent on something that is gambling, what it does is that it excites the dopamine centers where drugs and all of that kind of stuff. That's what gambling does. And I've seen even in the US and other people, people who have been addicted to that and have spent all of their lifelong everything. It's like drugs. So if you raise a whole generation on that, imagine that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad or not, but the thing is that he who hears, let him understand. You know what I mean? I am not standing and facing nobody.
Like
I'm just telling
advice,
you,
right?
use your own mind. Use your own mind. It's offered to you. It's a choice. So use your own mind. But we should be investing more in our people, our nation, empowering, having a concerted plan of how 20 years from now, this opportunity that we have right now, collectively.
Okay, so let me ask you this. To the youth watching who feel like there's no escape, with where the world is. So they run to gambling, to X-rated videos, to drugs and to alcohol. What advice, if any, would you give them?
The thing is that you can't judge somebody from what society has. Many people are struggling with so much. Many people are coming from backgrounds where you wake up, you look around, there's no opportunity. You wake up, you look around, your family doesn't have the ability to even help you take the next step. But that's where you have to trust in yourself. You have to believe that you are special. You have to believe that when you're born, imagine, this is not being X-rated. Imagine, during the process of conception, there's a lot of possibilities, but one is chosen to be born. One sperm is the one that creates the spark of life, and you, the human being, you're born through that. So imagine that you are special. You are a gift, God's gift. So if you are God's gift, what makes you feel any other apart from tapping into that power and recognizing that power and going out there and working? Life is not easy. Reality is not easy. Nothing is given to you. But the only thing that is given to you is your resilience and your mindset to be victorious. And if you have that, then all the obstacles transform into stepping stones towards your recognition of your dreams.
Oh man, I'm enjoying this conversation so much. I can't wait to enroll in your school. I really can't wait. Give me the forms, Okay, so I'm not letting you just yet, but we're going to go for a quick commercial break. He has some new music, and there's a lot, of information in that music, as I was saying earlier, about freedom, uplifting, and uniting. We'll be right back. Welcome back, MX24 TV. Please send us messages on all social media platforms and be a part of the conversation. I have a few more minutes to let the man himself, leave the studio. But before then, picking his brain on a couple of stuff. And, as the show began, one thing I said is I'm sure I'm going to be learning a lot. And that's the best truth I've told myself this whole year, because I am learning a lot. Please, again, add the hashtag MXLIVE. Rocky, I want to get your take on this. What do you think on entertainers, right? Speaking on social, political issues, you know, and everything that the world is going through. Because I was reading an article a couple of months ago. LeBron James had an issue where, you know, someone said, you know, he should play the ball, you know, he shouldn't speak, or that's not his area. And I've heard people say entertainers do this, you know, for shock value, because they want to be in the news, because they want to be heard. Yes. You see entertainers going into politics. Again, that's just another avenue, you know. Some might feel that they need that power, they need that office to be heard, so to speak. So with entertainers, again, do they need a certain type of qualification, you know? Should we fear, you know, the reasoning behind speaking on issues like Galamsey, you know, like all these little things?
No, I think all entertainers are citizens. Mm-hmm. Whether you're an entertainer or whether you are working a civil servant, all of that, you're a citizen of the country.
Yes.
And if things affect you, it is a civic responsibility to speak out, you know. So, but, you know, sometimes when you speak out, you don't have to assume that what you're saying is the total truth too. What you're saying is contributing to a conversation that will forge a truth, because everybody has their own dimension of what the truth is. Yeah. So you have to also know that when you have a platform, your pronunciations to your articulations should be something that has to have understanding of that it's a diverse vision of people who are listening to you. So you can't make pronunciations like, let's say, I am with you. You have to speak thoughtfully. You have to speak with very educated words. You have to speak with careful words. You have to speak with thought out words. Your communication is value, because everything you say is of value. Yes. So that's why, for me, it's not to judge that one person can say or somebody says another person doesn't qualify to do. In the long run, it's human beings that will deal with human issues. You know, so everybody has a capacity, but it's what you have to say or what you represent that is
has there been any point in your illustrious career where you've thought, oh, probably me saying this or me putting this in a song? Because I feel like you live your music. But again, whether it was beginning, you know, or where you are now, or halfway through your career, you thought, oh, this might take, or my brand might take a hit because, you know, this is not what people might want to hear at that time because it doesn't fit the narrative or what people deem cool.
Yes.
Have you ever been in that position?
My brand is about elevating the energy of God and oneness and people. So, you know, I don't do it for the judgment of man. You know, I don't do it for other people's opinion. If I'm doing it and using it for evil and bad things, then that's one thing. Oh, you know what I mean?
True, yeah.
But I am trying to use my music for the greater good. In as imperfect as I will be in what I do, I see that more as an eternal calling rather than, and not to say that I don't, you know, I mean, I'm in the music business, the music industry. Yes. So I understand the machinations
the
of
dynamics,
the industry,
you know.
what you have to do. That's why my videos, you know, you see how the videos are. You work with creatives, you come up with ideas, you come up with angles. When I'm writing songs too and that kind of stuff, although I have a message, I still learn songwriting. I know this is a verse, this is a chorus, this is a bridge here. I don't need another chorus for the song to connect. I don't need to talk, you take some words out. All those are part of the strategy of communicating what you have to communicate. So I don't lose sight of that, you know. But the thing is that, what is my brand? You know what I mean? Which brand? Like being branded by other people or what I represent?
What you represent, of course.
I'm not branded by nobody.
That's
you
true,
know, I started this music, I started this path, not because somebody gave me permission to do it. Yeah. So nobody can give me the permission as to what to say or what not to say. Yeah. I have taken the sensitivity enough to learn so many cultures so that in my communication too, I am respectful and sensitive to people's opinion and all of that, so that it's a respectful conversation. You use that to ignite conversation rather than your music.
I might not agree with you, but
I agree with me, but you understand that there's a valid opinion
Yes.
being put out there.
Yes,
And
yes.
you have the ability to walk away from it or give a counter, narrative to it. But in the long run, you will know where I lie.
Yeah.
I lie with the good.
Man.
I lie with the
I
positive.
love what you said, that, if you're thinking about your brand and this, that means there's no good intentions usually.
Yes.
If you're
In the long run, when
yeah.
you're not there, nobody remembers what
Nobody,
your
yeah.
brand is. It's about the music and the art.
Yeah, how you're connecting to
Yeah,
the people,
what is
right?
it about? What is it about? Is everything about nothing? You know what I mean? Nothing is good sometimes. We all want to go, sometimes you just attire with all of this conscious stuff. No, I won't go there, my farm, then relax, then chop some food and not talk. You have those moments, and it's human, and you can do that. So I'm not saying that every waking day you are in a certain serious mode. You can't even. No, that's
He's the
not what I'm
coolest person,
saying.
You're not going to be like he's like the coolest person.
Yeah, me, I go drink my palm wine. I go like all of those things and have fun.
Yeah.
Life is about having fun. Life is about enjoying friends, enjoying families. But at the same time, life is also about protecting yourself and your people and who you are. Because you can't just have fun without knowing that others too, your fun is others' jealousy.
Yeah.
And not to say that and nations have jealousy. Races have jealousy. One race is thriving, another race is looking at you like, oh, no. One tribe is thriving, another tribe is looking at you like, oh, no. One family member is thriving, then other family members is looking at, oh no. Division and jealousy and envy are an aspect of our human construct.
Yes.
So you have to understand that you do your thing, but at the same time too, don't be worried about what others are saying if you are standing for what is true.
I mean,
don't worry at all.
One fact is, with saying what you said and the fact that you stay true to who you are, and the fact that it's brought success means that it has worked out. Means that if you do, again, stay true to yourself, speak for the people with good intentions, it's going to work. And sometimes the universe things just fall in place. And I'm saying this to come to your next song, right?
Yeah.
Listening to it, as I was saying earlier on, I hear unity, I hear freedom, I hear uplifting. Have the things you've been through, have they led to this song?
The interesting thing about this song is that, the thing is that I've always believed that communication, the simpler communication is, the much more effective it is. And then also that we have to, Africa is about rhythms. Africa is about, we are a people of drums. We are people of dancing.
Yeah.
We are people of expression. We are full of so much cosmic and natural energy. So when you're doing anything, you have to reflect that, So what I did was that my Afro root sound, I wanted a new dimension to it, and I brought in producers, Nabin, who's worked with Kanye West, Travis Scott, Firstborn, who's also worked with Nicki Minaj and all of that. And it was mixed by Marshall Bryant too, top. So I brought the marquee to come and work with, to create a piece that I feel that it flows in the dance hall, it makes you feel happy, and the visuals are a beauty.
I have to talk about the visuals.
Yes. That's Twins Don't Beg.
Yes.
Yes.
That's for me, being their friends, that's really big, right?
Yes.
Because they start off in photography,
Yeah.
and it is, a branch of videography, but it takes a lot,
Yes.
To master a craft like this. So
Yes.
what I want to know from you is, apart from the fact that they're good at what they do, there must have been some part of you like, these guys are young. Let me work with them. They can do this. You could have gone again for the biggest names for everything you're doing.
I don't go for the biggest name, and the thing is that I like collaborations.
Okay.
And then also the thing is that just like how somebody saw me with talent and was like, hey, come over here. You do this.
Yeah.
When they came and told me, I was a fan of their work already.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was a fan of their work. And the opportunity for us to work, because they're photographers, they have the eye for imagery, and when we started talking and discussing concepts and all of that kind of stuff, and I told, we were like, this is this is this song, this is what it represents, you know what I mean? So we need that visual thing, something to also project the coolness of Africa, to let our youth know also that being cool does not mean stepping constantly back to history. But don't forget history, because history is your own resources to draw into and create anything that's reflective of your times. So this piece of art with the music, and then we brought collaboration, people from School of Performing Arts, you know, designers, photographers, you know, we have designers from Juju Eye and all of them, you know, making clothes. You know, this is a cross-section of creatives from Ghana who came together and made this piece of art happen. I just held the space and provided the song, and also providing the inspiration and leadership. But I also work with very brilliant young minds. And for me, it does not matter. Creativity is your ability to tap into the best that you can offer. And I feel that the team that came together, we created
so good, Rocky.
we created something that I feel is timeless, something that you can see from traditional African dances that has been put into contemporary setting, the contemporary setting that has been put into the traditions, and at the same time too, the beauty of modeling, African beauty, the amazing face of our people being highlighted but shot in a way that anybody else, you know, would love to be portrayed in the most tastiest, in the most beautiful, and at the same time, in the most captivating.
I mean, as a fan, I'd want to say thank you, you know, for you know, bringing this to life the way you have, and your many other music videos, you know, talking about the beauty of Africa, because we see on documentaries, you know, we see, so to speak, the bad side, the difficult side, you know.
Because the narrative is coming from others. They never tell the good side.
Yes, perfectly said.
So it's our responsibility
to
tell
do this
story.
right? And this is so beautiful from what you guys are wearing. Again, you know, it's positive. It's enlightening.
A friend of mine who's not Ghanaian, from India, said the first time he said, this is like a Vogue, Vogue shot. Like Vogue doing something high end, but he said even Vogue, this is a concept that he has never really imagined, but he just loves that he could visually see something like this. So that shows that if we build, they will come. We have to.
It's about how we tell our stories.
How we tell our story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
And obviously, across your career, you've never compromised on your music videos and the quality. I was speaking to a young female director 2 days ago, and we had this conversation about, you know, spending on music videos and artists being fearful, and you know, it's so expensive.
It's tough because you spend money and then the returns from making a video these days, I mean, apart from YouTube, there's really not a lot of angles. But for me too, the other side though is that you have an opportunity to capture something of your time. You know, because once you create a piece of art that is visual, then by the following day, it's already relegated into history. So it's like, so what do you capture? What will, if there's a time capsule that the art is put inside, it has to represent something. So if it's all about, oh, you're drinking and you're wearing gold chains and you're just riding in cars and telling everybody how great you are, that how you are the only person that God created.
Right?
I mean, after a few videos, that gets old.
It gets like, okay, what next?
Everybody say, what next? Now I know you are the best in the world. Okay,
I know your chains are expensive.
You know, what next? You know what I mean? So you have to tell something that you can kind of, that thinking
make you think,
and then also these are creatives who are everyday amazing people. You know, when you look at, you know, Black Amish, the model that was in there, you know, she's an amazing model that's doing a lot of fashion stuff. But here you can appreciate the qualities of an African, you know, being cut across. You know, Juju Eye, designer that is making, you know, cutting edge clothing here, Ghanaian, mixing different aspects of the traditional motifs and creating amazing stuff. Twins Don't Beg, You know, the choreographers who worked on all of this, you know, there's so many people that I can't even be able to name, but you know, it's
this is amazing.
It is
amazing.
Africa.
So
yes,
it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. So everybody that's watching,
okay.
Please. I know that they watch, they finish now, then everybody go back to. Please go onto YouTube and watch the video, and then also when you do your IG and also your TikTok, make sure you look for Rise, Rocky Dawuni Rise. You use that as your song because that's how the general public can help for us to amplify. Because this is Ghanaian creativity, so let's.
The cover alone.
Yes,
amazing.
you know,
the colors.
Ghanaian creativity. So let's make beauty out of what we already have, and let's support something too that it reflects our resilience, our beauty, our cultural superiority.
I mean, we said so much today, but is there anything, you know, you'd want to tell, let me say the youth, because we are the youth, right? Yes. Advice, you know, struggling, you know, anything uplifting you want to tell us before you leave us today?
The thing is that, as I say, youthfulness is a mindset. You have a lot of youth that have old mentality.
That's true. That's true.
And you have a lot of old people that have youth mentality.
True. That's true.
Youthfulness is energy. Youthfulness is excitement. Youthfulness is knowing, say, I can do it. Youthfulness is knowing, say, you know, they all say nobody can do it, but I know I can go there and do it. So stand up, rise, be yourself, be what God has given you. And if you start moving and doing it and finding your own ground, then you start attracting other people to who see that, you know what, this person with a little bit, they're already moving. So anything that is moving, once you add a little momentum, it's like a comet.
Oh, thank you so
Yes,
much.
man.
It's been a blessing as
Yes,
always
man.
talking
Yes,
to you. I always hope we get to have
And then
more
with the elections too
conversations.
coming.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
please.
elections
Yes,
too
please.
coming.
Yes, please.
Most important thing about this election is about peace. You know, we can't take peace for granted. Peace is something that you only know its value when you lose it. You know, and I know that there has been so many people belong to different political entities and all of that kind of stuff, which is an aspect of our democratic agreement. But this is something I'm also putting out to the law enforcement, our electoral commission, our judiciary, and all the political parties, that everybody has to operate in the spirit of transparency. Because for people to trust the process has to reflect the aspirations of everybody. Yes. And the process has to be it has to be free and fair and transparent for everybody's opinion for transparency to be addressed. Because if for some sake we compromise our responsibility and act based upon our alignment with a certain ideology at the cost of our alignment to a national ideology, then we are all going to lose. So no matter who wins, we will all lose.
Yeah.
So my advice is that the youth should be cognizant of that, because they are the ones that people use to agitate. They are the ones that are supposed to be represented at the same time are the ones that are exploited for these things. So you should watch out being used as a means to disturb and also compromise the security situation of our country. We need to go through this, come out, and in the absence of everything, still protect what we have. Because this is the only way that we have been able to kind of shift and change leadership for some time. And we have been able to perfect it, as much as it's not as the most perfect. Every process is a walk towards perfection. So that's why transparency, attending to the concerns of everybody, the leadership, everybody, we all, the religious leaders, we all must insist on transparency so we protect the integrity of this institution so that it can serve Ghana, so that Ghana can still continue to be a beacon of the walk towards the new Africa.
Oh man, thank you so much. Perfect way to end an amazing interview, an amazing conversation. It's always a blessing, you know. I can't quantify it, you know, how much of a blessing these conversations, and I'm sure to the audience too. And we also want to say thank you for making that sacrifice. I don't know if you've thought about it like this, but it is a sacrifice, you know, to speak and stand for people when you know you're doing it the best way you can because you want the best for them.
Yes.
So, so from myself, from my fans, from MX24, we're very grateful.
But they should support the music.
Yes.
Go and stream the music.
That's the best way, right?
Audio mark, audio. Go and listen and stream everything. You know, support Rise. And Rise too.
Let's get the views up on YouTube. And it's also on all platforms, so we can buy it.
You can buy it. You can stream it. Audio mark. You know, Spotify.
Apple Music,
everywhere. It's everywhere right now, you know. And then on your IGs and your personal photographs.
And tag him so he sees it.
Tag him. I share. I always share anything that tags me with the music. I share them. I share Taya.
Right. Today is Dede, one of our producers who used to work with us. Amazing woman, you know, a mother, a sister, a friend. Today she's celebrating. So shout out to you, looking lovely as always. We appreciate you. Just wanted you to know we appreciate you. Keep doing your thing, keep following your dreams, and we're going to support you as much as we can. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in today. We appreciate you, the fans, the viewers. And again, buy the music, get the streams up. He said it's on all platforms. It's on YouTube. Post videos, tag him on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. Please tag the man. And once again, thank you very much. God bless you.
Much love. Thank you for having me too.
God bless you. God bless you. Have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the music.
Enjoy the day. Keep rising.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Will they come live from here? Whoa.